In 2021, Augustana University made the monumental decision to expand its athletic program with the addition of NCAA Division I men's hockey, the first of its kind in the state of South Dakota. Now, in order to build a program from the ground up, you've got to do a few things pretty quickly. 1, get a head coach. 2, secure conference affiliation. And 3, you've got to build a beautiful home. And Dave, I think the Vikings have hit the hat trick on this.
There is no question. Perfect trifecta for this program. They got a great head coach in Garrett Raboin. He's been to multiple Frozen Fours in his time at St. Cloud State and the University of Minnesota. They joined the CCHA. The commissioner is Don Lucia. He's a 2-time national champion as the head coach. And number 3, they didn't just get a rink. They got a palace here in Midco Arena, an unbelievable place to play and an unbelievable place to watch games happen.
You take a look at this amazing facility, starting from the top. Look at the curved ceilings. It gives you such the old field house flavor, and yet we are in a state-of-the-art facility.
And I grew up watching college hockey in New England with some of those old field house type arenas with the curved ceiling and the rustic feel to it. So you got a little bit of that. You went to Michigan State, you remember Dem Hall. It's got that feeling to it. You've got the beautiful natural lighting that's coming in through both sides. It would remind you a little bit of another classic arena. That is the Yost Fieldhouse at the University of Michigan. So you've encompassed the old and the new right here. Now, for the fan experience, not a bad seat in the house, great sight lines. You got the Viking Club upstairs for the fans. You've got suites across the way if you want to entertain a group. I think it is a perfect place, not only to watch a game, but to play in one.
We can certainly say the Vikings have scored big on this. When fans first walk into Midco Arena, they get the feel of the Scandinavian design. From the light colors of white and light gray to the natural light that comes in from outside.
So when you take a look, first you've got the humongous Viking logo, which is the first thing you see when you walk in here. It kind of gets you into game mode. But the way that the patterns are set up is very consistent with Nordic flavor between the way that the windows are done and an example of embroidery or tapestry, much of the Nordic flavor that leads you right into the building and towards the arena.
When you come into the building, you can go right to the box office to get your tickets. And if you forgot something to wear or need another piece to add to your collection, head over to the Skull Shop. The dressing room is the inner sanctum for any student athlete. And Dave, when you look at the dressing room, holy moly, it's pretty impressive.
You know, we talk about bells and whistles. This is the bell right here. Logo on the ceiling, no logo on the floor, so there's a lot of room to move around, stretch out.
Well, and one of the most important aspects of this room is the ventilation system. You're not going to have hockey scent in this room. This is about success. And you take a look, Dave, everything is ventilated in this room, from the goalie pads to the skates up top. And as you look up top, there is another nuance with the design.
You talk about the ventilation system, always important. Make sure gloves and pants get dried out. Important to get skates dried out as well. I love the fact that the goalie pads have their own ventilation system. Listen, we're hockey parents. We know what hockey stink's all about. I've coached for a long time. If the room is clean, it creates a much better aura for the players. And the shape of the room is so unique. If you're standing in the back of the room or sitting in the back of the room looking forward, the room starts to look bigger. It gets a little wider as you get towards the door. So everybody in the room, with the way the room is designed, can see the front of the room perfectly, can see the video screens perfectly, can see the coaches' boards perfectly, and it really sets up for a good, solid pregame environment.
And that's crucial, Dave, especially during intermission of games. Coaches have a message they want to get to their players. They can get it to them quickly, efficiently, all eyes on them. And Dave, we all know communication amongst members of a team is key. The grease board helps, and this video system here at Augustana certainly helps when the coaches want to get their message, their adjustments to the players.
Yeah, but the way that the room was built, it's a plug and play. So coach can come in, put the laptop, plug it in, and then you've got the video board here. No matter where you are in the room, this video board can be seen, and the picture will have clarity to it. So if you go over something real quick between periods, yes, right in the middle of the room, right in the front of the room, and it's a really good setup for where this is.
Coaches want their players to have as much chemistry as possible. And when you've got a facility like Midco Arena, that helps facilitate that. Dave, you take a look at the Players Lounge here. This is a place the guys can come in the morning, have a little breakfast. They're here all day together.
So it eliminates that old days, and Will, you certainly understand this concept. The old days, you go to the bagel store, the coffee shop, whatever, you bring your stuff with you to the rink, you have breakfast, go out for practice, then after practice, you have to go out for lunch. You're always constantly going in and out. But now, in the modern day arena, if you can build a place like this, now the concept of everybody being together, staying together, eating together, talking together starts to click in. I would have to think, Will, that that's an important part of your team building a room like this.
Yeah, it's huge. You know, we get to eat breakfast together, lunch together, dinner together here. We don't have to go to the dining hall. You got everything you need right here, smoothies, you name it, we got it here.
And the key is, you don't have to wait online.
Exactly.
Everything in one place. How does it help the chemistry amongst the players?
I mean, it's a place to hang out, right? We're eating together, you're talking over, you know, your meals or whatever, and then we're in here studying too, watching TV, so you can't beat it.
With Augustana University's strong commitment to gender equity, Midco Arena is also home to the women's Division II soccer team.
It's a great layout to the locker room. Once again, communication component is here because players can all see each other. The logo is all over the place. If you're going to build a multi-million-dollar arena, one of the things that you can do is multi-use, and that is you get another team to share your facility. So the women's soccer team is here. They're easy access back to the field and here. So the flow of where they are now to where they're competing to getting back here makes it a perfect home for this great program.
From day one in the planning of Midco Arena, the plans were in place for the facility to house the women's Division II soccer team as well.
The importance of first-class facilities at the NCAA level is really important. No stone was left unturned when they designed the dressing room and the facilities here for the women's program, and the flow from the women's room out to the soccer fields and back is perfect for what they needed.
After a tough day at practice, this is where you want to be. Dave, I think the women's soccer team has it made.
Yeah, they certainly did well with the Players Lounge that's in here, and the room is designed for a couple things. Number one, obviously, you can kick back and relax like we're doing right now and watch soccer on TV, but the way that the lounge is set up, there's tables, there's chairs, there's a kitchen area, so the players can come in here, they can eat, they can talk, they can do their homework, they can socialize. It's a room built for wanting the players to be in it as much as possible, builds team chemistry, builds some laughs, and this is where teams start to bond.
This is where success begins. We're here in the Vikings Strength and Conditioning Center, the first floor, 4,400 square feet, allowing plenty of room for an entire team to work out together. And Dave, as you know, the work put in here, the muscle you build, is very crucial moving forward.
Well, the hard yards off the field allow you to get those extra yards on the field or those extra inches when we talk about the hockey program. There's that old expression in sports, legs feed the wolf. This is a buffet for every athlete that's on this campus. It's really well laid out. A lot of different machinery for the weightlifting component. The staff is here. They're in the building. Their offices are right here. So they can supervise the workouts upstairs. They can supervise what's down here. The flow works in terms of allowing athletes to go from one machine to the other. And obviously you've got the TVs on the wall for timing purposes, for entertainment purposes. This is a really good facility that gets really loud, really energetic, really special place.
And it's a place that is very convenient for the student athletes here on campus. Their access to this facility right off the street. No need to walk through the buildings. And hey, you got to change before that workout? Don't worry. 2 changing rooms and also a fueling station for those who need a little extra after their workouts. Whew. We're here in Augustana's Strength and Conditioning Center, the second floor area, 2,800 square feet. And Dave, this is the area where the aerobic action takes place, the conditioning. And we all know what happens on the ice doesn't happen without the work in here.
No question, the sweat you put on off ice certainly leads to your success on the ice, and that's what this room is built for in a couple of different ways. The first way is what we're standing on right now, the big padded mat here. It's 20-yard mat, and players can come up here and do some sprints before games, can stretch on this floor, do whatever they want in terms of a dynamic warm-up. They can also use this area to cool down after their games and after their practices. So you've got the mat up here for multi-purpose. You've got the exercise bikes right next door. It is a great spot to spend a little time before a game and a little time after game coming down from your activity.
And a great spot with all the natural lighting that comes in here, much like it does throughout this facility. It's nice the players get to look out, see the football field, see the other facilities, and all the students on campus, all these student athletes, that is, use this facility. Athletes take a pounding day in and day out. It's inevitable that they will end up here in the training room. And here at Augustana University, this is one-stop shopping. And Dave, for the hockey players, 20 feet from the ice.
Which is terrific. Now, you're going to wind up in this room for a lot of different reasons. It could be pregame, where you're just going to get taped up, maybe get stretched out. Maybe after the game, a couple of bumps and bruises, you're going to come here and get some treatment. And then there's the inevitable part of you're going to get hurt at some point. You're going to have to rehab your injuries. Now, the way that this room is laid out, 6 training tables, you've got the bikes in here, you've got some rehab equipment that is in here between weights, stretching bands, modalities that are here right next to the tables. So anything that the athlete needs is here. It is well spaced out, it is well laid out. And the other thing I really like about this room and its design is for the training staff, it's one-stop shopping inside the room. Whether they need ice packs, whether they need medication, whether they need anything else, bandages, it's all in the same room. Easy access, makes it much easier on the athletes.
The use of hot tubs and cold tubs for treatment on athletes is really vital. And Dave, while I'm partial to the hot tub, there's benefits to both.
Both of these tubs, between heat and cold, create different kind of stimuli and trauma within the body that allows the recovery process to be sped up, and obviously they'll be used at the trainer's discretion. But the thing is, both of these tubs serve a reliable, valuable purpose for rehabilitation and training for the athletes.
We're here in the athletic department nerve center for Augustana, and boy, Dave, this is where recruits get their first idea of what Augustana sports is all about.
And they're going to get a great look at what is here. If you want to talk in military terms, good interior lines generally lead to success, and that's what you have here. Everybody is in one general hallway, which allows instant communication between coaches, players, and athletic department administration.
Whether you want to meet with the coaches, maybe go in the conference room or do some studying in the classroom, this area is for you. If you're looking for the ultimate fan experience, the Viking Club is for you.
Spoil yourself in a great setting to watch hockey. You can sit here at the bar and watch the game out there. It is a great place to have a private party in a public setting. And all the amenities that you want are right up here. There's catering upstairs, great sight lines, men's and women's washrooms if you need them. So all the creature comforts of home are right up here, but you're at the arena live in the middle of the action.
And if you'd like a little more privacy, you could rent out one of the 12 luxury suites here at Midco Arena, perfect for any group.
And the cool thing about the suites are they go from goal line to goal line. So depending on where you like to watch a game from, you can pick and choose your own, entertain clients in the booths, or just bring your whole family for a night of great hockey. So enhance your hockey night, come on out, have a great time in a great setting, which is about what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna watch some hockey.
Let's do it.